Alrighty, welcome back to yet another stream. Also, welcome and thank you for everyone who has waited for me to come back on that brief hiatus. For those of you who missed yesterday's stream, I alas did not get that job because I did not get that licensing. I'm too dumb for the tests. But yeah, we are back and we're actually... I can't recall, I think I played the demo of this on another stream, but not the full version. But it's effectively, we are a bartender, mixing drink for our adventurous patrons who come in, swapping stories in payment for our drinks, and a wonderful fantasy world. Very fun. And kind of fit that theme, I've actually brought some bar snacks to enjoy during the stream that I will try not to munch too often. Wonderful pretzels. But yeah, we're going to be starting a complete new save, so apologies for those who have seen the first bit, which is covered in the demo. But it's a good place to start. Alas, it's going to be a little rough for me because I'm far enough in. I'm going to be losing a lot of resources that I'm used to. What's a wanted wall? Oh, it's credits. Got it. That's fun. Yeah. Let's actually get in. Start a brand new save. Just these three. We'll go with they them. I personally prefer go for this first.
In a realm ruled by dragons and magic. Well, actually, it was this land specifically. Not that far away. Let me start over. Once upon a time, somewhere in Gaia, not that far away, there was a tavern. My tavern. A place for anyone looking for an adventure or a quick refreshment. A place open to everybody. Even jackdaws, I suppose. But I'm not just your typical innkeeper. My drinks are infused with magic to aid ambitious adventurers on their quests. To make sure they always return victorious. Big shoes to fill, I know. Then again, what's the worst that could happen?
Yes, what is the worst that could happen in an establishment that serves alcohol to adventurers? It's not like many a campaign has started in just such a location. But yeah, before we progress the story, I went with they/them pronouns because in my main file, I have she/her, but personally, they/her is my personal preference. I'll accept anything, so long as you're not being a dick. But yes, they/them for this particular run-through. So I will be chatting through all the lines. I'm not sure how long I'll be able to keep doing some sort of impressions, as I've been an idiot at not drinking enough water this weekend. But I shall do my best. Hi, Innkeep. How's it going? All fine and dandy? Can't complain. How about you, Fable? All fine and dandy? Yes, all fine and dandy. I had such an exciting day. Really, really exciting. Did you go on an adventure? Even better. I took a walk around the grove. Then I replanted a mushroom that had fallen over. Then I patiently waited for it to turn into a mushroom monster. Or a mushroom mimic. Maybe a gnome. Did it? No. But I got to take another walk around the grove. How was it? Great. I got to see the same stones. The same trees. The same amaranthine hydra guarding the entrance to Avalon. The same moss. I even got to water the asters. Didn't really need it, but I was there, so... Sounds very exciting. Who am I kidding? My life is exciting as a roasted nut. Nuts are healthy, very thrilling in sauces or as a snack. There are various types of nuts: walnuts, peanuts, hazelnuts. I'm allergic. Oh. I didn't know that. Oh, no worries. I mean, I never told you. Just slowly slides away the beer nuts on the counter. And hey, at least something would happen if I ate a nut. Just not something very fun. Anaphylactic shock and all that. Does that count as an adventure? No. I think that counts as a mistake. So, what you're saying is you're missing some spice. Oh, no. I have a very sensitive stomach. I don't think chilies would help me much. Though I'm very good at growing phoenix chilies. I was talking about the spice in your life. Ah. Oh, that's what you meant. Well, yes, exactly, that's it. There's no chili flakes, no garlic, no dragons. Just a lot of salt. I'm like a bland soup. So a classic case of boredom, I see. Do you know that feeling? Nothing exciting is going on in your life? Like, life isn't bad, but also not particularly fun. It's like, oh, Fable, I used to work customer service. I used to live that. Do I continue with yeah, I like continuing metaphors. Have you tried adding some zest to your soup? Huh? Drama, buzz, excitement, something fiery. Go to the theater, or a gala, arrive in a hot air balloon. A hot air balloon? Don't they fly up really high? Yes, I think that's the point. I'm afraid of heights, and of people, and of actors. But apart from that, I'm trying. I tried singing, but what is singing if not the telling of a tale? How can I sing of things if I never lived through anything? What do you mean? Well, day in, day out, I live in the same green soup of routines. Sure, I have my forest, and I look after it, but I want to get out there and see something. Like, for example, listen to this song I start writing. I wish to be a hero, slaying mighty drakes. I wish to meet a pretty nymph, resting by the lakes. A pretty nymph? That's pretty daring. Of course it is. That's the point. Finding them, enjoying themselves in the water. The sun shining through the treetops, making the stream glisten in fragmented light. A divine beauty. I would love to sing about the exciting, magical things I encounter. But to be honest, the most exciting thing in my life is coming to your tavern and discovering new drinks. Not a lot of songs you can write about that. I wouldn't mind a jingle. I'll think of one. Can I mention nymphs? I'd prefer if you didn't. Okay. Maybe one day I'll get to offer them their own jingle. In the meantime, can I offer you a drink? Yes, I'd love a drink. The usual? Yes, please. That means a swift strike, in case you forgot. Thank you for the reminder, Fable. It's my favorite. It always makes me feel like a featherlight nymph floating on the waves of a sunny lake. Do you want to be with a nymph or be the nymph? Both? But mostly I want a swift strike. Message received. Although, I was wondering, I've been coming to your tavern for so long and I still don't know anything about how you make your drinks. Could you show me? No, because I know how to do it, even if it's a little rude to her. I'm sorry, but I took an oath to take the secrets of mixology to my grave. Really? No, but I do value my secret recipes. I understand. Guess I'll just try to recreate the swift strike from memory alone. Good luck with that. I shall make you a proper one for reference. One sec, I'm going to adjust the music volume up. Because it didn't look like your guys are getting a whole lot with how low it is. On the levels, yeah, that should be good. Okay, so start. Here's Swift Strike. Draw that. Just fun thing of just being the 5 different stats that can be boosted. So you can't get anything more than 3. We, however, are going to do some fun layer stuff. Doing this, that, and then finally, Swift Strike, swiftly coming. Oh. Here you go. Enjoy. Thank you. This is exactly what I needed. I love all the small minor effects. Just do a lot for the mystical, magical nature of these drinks. These adventures you dream of, aren't you scared they'd be the end of you? Maybe. But how would I know if I never try? Do you actually want to try? Well, yes. I want to tell great stories, but... But what? Never mind. Ah, yes. Tall, pale, and brooding. Dungeon Master's favorite cliché. How can I help you, sir? A drink. For you? Right. What kind? Drinkable. It's very specific, thank you, sir. How about a spoken heart? Some charisma couldn't hurt. Sure, whatever. Twist away. Okay, spoken heart. Which... no, that's the brawler. Sparkling spoken heart, there we go. Some more fun layered stuff, because I like to do that while I eat my pretzel. Come on. The early drinks are very simple, but nonetheless fun. Now let him more easily speak his heart. This should be digestible, maybe even tasty. Thanks. Almost washes away the memories of that banshee haunting the lonesome lagoon at night. And her bone-shattering song of sorrow. Almost. Alrighty then. The brooding type, I see. What are you thinking about, Fable? Just dreams. Yours or someone else's? Mine. Other people seem to have the courage to follow theirs. Why can't I be like that? Isn't that up to you? I wish it was. My brother says my dreams are a fool's errand, that I'm running away from where I belong. We are rangers, Fable. We belong to the woods, like the stream that ripples down the mountain. Or the birds and the trees, we keep the balance. It's what we are meant to do. And is that what you want to do? Yes. No, not really. I want to experience things outside the safe borders of the forest. I want to live a life so full of adventure, boredom will feel like bliss. I want to be brave and strong. And I want to sing songs about my adventures that make other people yearn for that same freedom. Of course, I could never leave the Ashen Grove behind forever. It's my home. Well, there's nothing wrong with going away from time to time, right? I mean, my brother looks after the grove, as well as my sisters. I think it'd be fine without me. Then you should do what your heart desires. Will it stop aching, then? I think so, yes. What if it's wrong to leave, though? What if destiny never meant for me to leave? But what if it did? That would be a dream come true. Be your own genie, Fable. Your adventures start with you. Thank you, Innkeeper. You really are the most exciting part of my day. God, she's so strong looking. Greetings, traveler. How may I help you? You own this establishment, Innkeep? Last time I checked. With whom do I have the pleasure? The name's Caerlin. You can call me Care or Lynn. Couldn't care less. Nice to meet you, Care. Lynn. What can I do for you? Perhaps something to drink? You can do the thing with the quests, right? So they say. Do you want one? You can have a look at my notice board. Ugh, no. No quests for me. I may have one for you, or your notice board. Tell me more. Heard of a werewolf making trouble up in Caerlin, terrorizing farmers, tearing sheep apart, the whole program. A werewolf? That's news to me. Listen, me too. Didn't see one in almost a decade, and that was far south in Erevet. Been wondering if it's the same one, just moving up, like a nomad. I thought the werewolf hype died along with that one romance novel. Oh, you mean the one with the vampires? Think so? No, that just split society into two camps. Team werewolf and team vampire. Which one are you, Innkeep? I mean... Team werewolf. Is the fur the pecs? Neither. Questionable experiences with the other camp, more so. I'm itching to ask for details. Don't do it. How about you? Wouldn't you like to know? Shifty eyes. Yes, that's why I asked. Keep guessing. Has anyone ever told you that you could pass as a werewolf? Yes. All the time. At least twice a day. Only downside of looking like a wolf is getting mistaken for one. I see. It's that why you don't want to take care of the werewolf yourself? Yes. No, I'm just afraid he might look a little too much like my Uncle Dragon. We'll feel bad slaying that fella. You know, hunched back, hairy, crooked teeth. Is that a werewolf or just Uncle Dragon? You can't tell. Same fate befell Aunt Olga. I'm sorry to hear that. Nah, that hag had it coming. Never fall behind your grooming schedule, or before you know it, next wannabe Van Helsing will strike you down with a silver arrow, which I thought Van Helsing was known for Dracula. Whatever. Do the Van Helsings also hunt werewolves? Yeah, I don't know. Don't care enough to check. Either way, that southern werewolf, yeah. Right. Anything else that might help others get done with it rather swiftly? Fetch. I beg your pardon. Should they get into a dangerous situation, they'll just have to start playing fetch. That works. On any dog, trust me. Good to know. Thanks, Caerlin. It's not that hard. Either Caerlin, Care, or Lynn. Gotcha. Caerlin. Alright, Chief. You got a name or is it just Innkeep? Just Innkeep for now. Playing hard to get, I see. Well, Innkeep. And before I venture on, you've got a drink for me? Of course. What would you like? I'll take something powerful. Something with a whole lot of strength. Don't you dare give me that watered down muck instead. Let's see, I think... Brawler, was there another option? No, just not yet. Okay, Summon Brawler it is. This time we're only going to do one on the first one before we do the layers. Whoop. It's like, how does it work? Drinks can only layer because of respective densities. So, shh, it's the magic. A drink with 0 water, as requested. Not bad. Just what I was craving. Thanks. Where will you head from here? Perhaps back west through the Ashen Grove. Got some business to take care of? What kind of business? Personal business. Care to elaborate? No. But you won't stop asking till I do, will you? No. My cousin claims her crops are being stolen by undead snails. Obviously, I'm pretty sure she's hallucinating. But I did hear some folks complaining about an undead uptick in the west, so might as well humor her. Make sure she hasn't turned into an undead snail herself. Something like that. Yeah. It's odd, isn't it? Resurrecting the dead. It's certainly unconventional. That's one way to put it. I think there's not much use to digging up the past. Just go into open wounds you stapled shut. Or eat your face. The past haunts everyone willing to listen. Would you mind talking like a normal person? I ain't exactly up for philosophizing. You started this conversation, and now I'm ending it. Alrighty. Well then. If you find any more rumors for me or need aid, don't shy away from coming back. I'm more of a lone wolf. Don't do groups. But sure, for more work, I'll be back. And I'll be waiting. Speaking of rumors, you gotta turn them into proper quests, right? Don't want them go to waste. I've got it, thanks. Good. Good. Enjoy the lone wolfing. Alright, time to assemble a quest. Which we don't have a lot, so it's not going to be difficult. Werewolf roaming, potential threat. Suit weakness, playing fetch. Where's the... There it is. Boom. There we go. A werewolf on detours. Reticent vukakin passed by the Wayfarer's Inn, reporting a werewolf making their way up to Caerlin from Erever. They pose a potential threat both to helpless sheep and the villagers. Apparently, werewolves love playing fetch. Are you brave enough to take on this quest? Save Caerlin from this werewolf mayhem. Excuse me. Signed, In.Keep. He had our wonderful little rascal. Sweep the place. Settle in for the next day. With a reward of a single pretzel. I'm always curious when I see this. Is this our sheep? Or is it just like a single, like, random sheep that comes and just eats our grass in particular? By the crowing of the cock, the new day begins. Quest taken. What do you have there, Fable? I found this on your notice board. It says a werewolf is terrorizing Caerlin. Is that true? It is indeed. Have you sent anyone after it yet? Maybe that hooded guy from yesterday? Not yet. What kind of hero are you looking for? One who knows their way around difficult terrain. Woods even. Preferably one who's also good with a bow. One who tells me they want the quest. Ah, I am good with a bow. Yes, Fable. And I know my way around any woods. I know Fable. And sounded out, girl. Maybe I want the quest. Just maybe. No, not just maybe. Since yesterday, all I've been able to think about is you telling me to follow my heart. Then I step into your tavern, and the quest practically jumps out at me, and I think, hey, there's a start for an adventure. It's near a forest. You know forests. You live in a forest. And werewolves are basically just normal wolves, but slightly scared because they are also human. But you've talked to humans before. And you've got silver arrows for your birthday last year. They're just collecting dust in your room. And I thought I could ask you if anyone had taken it yet. And then, just teasing the poor girl, I didn't think that far ahead. I see. Or rather, I did. But then I thought, what if I take the quest? Then I have to go on the quest. And have to fight the werewolf. Or talk to the werewolf, which is worse. Because what if the werewolf doesn't like me? What if when I try to shoot it with my silver arrow, I miss and shoot a tree instead? Then the tree would be mad at me. But it wouldn't really matter because I'd be dead. Because of the werewolf. That took quite a turn. So maybe I should put the quest back. Fable? Yes? Do you want me to tell you to take the quest? Maybe. I can't make this decision for you. Well, neither can I. Whenever I have to make a difficult decision, it's like I freeze in place. And suddenly I'm unable to move until someone makes a decision for me. Like a slime. A frozen slime that can't even move. I've met slimes less anxious than you. You've met slimes? My tavern is open to everyone. Oh, right. What do slimes drink? Water. More slime. Bones. You sell bones? Only to slimes. Ah, maybe you'll be able to add my bones to your menu soon. You'll just have to pick them up from the forest floor. I think I'd have a hard time convincing a werewolf to give up free bones. Why are you so anxious, Fable? In general, I think answering that would take up more time than we have to spare. About taking the quest. It seems to me that you want to take it, but you're trying to talk yourself out of it instead. Oh. Well, I do want to go on that quest. Werewolves may not be as best muses, but it would make a good start for a song, right? The prelude of an epic. Fable, the protector of the woods, the world, the worms. The worms? They seem like they need protecting. But every time I think about embarking on a quest, and I start to think more deeply about what might happen, all my bones start to shake and I feel dizzy. Is there something making you feel like you might fail? Aside from the bloodthirsty werewolf, we don't know what it's thirsty for. It might prefer orange juice. It might. Well, heroes have history, right? Great feats they can look back on to prove their bravery. Inspirational adventures that remind them the light in the dark. I have the opposite of that. Great mistakes and epic regrets. Like the Mare Morgan incident, or my first encounter with the Amaranthine Hydra, or the reason why nobody wants to spend time with me. We'll go with the Mary Morgan. Yes, the Mary Morgan incident. Did you hear about that? Oh, thank God word didn't get around. It was my very first adventure. The chance to finally escape from the daily grind. Well, what happened? An adventuring party was on their way, passing through the Ashen Grove. Due to the sylvan spirits, it gets fairly foggy at night. And the fog bears great danger to anyone who isn't acquainted with the spirits who call it home. So, they want guidance from a local ranger. A merchant Caerlin recommended me. I agreed to help, of course. My first adventure. Yay. I was so excited, but also very, very nervous. So of course it had to go wrong. I think it was the nerves. Why were you so nervous, Fable? New people, seasoned adventurers. One stronger than the next, all in shining armor and armed to the teeth. I wanted to leave a good impression, but my bad luck got in the way. Well, how did it go wrong? I felt their condescending glares on my back as I walked them through the woods. Of course, I don't know if they actually glared, but my fear got a hold of me and I led them astray. I must have blacked out. I've never gotten lost in the woods before. This time I did. I couldn't see well. There was blood rushing in my ears. I felt dizzy. So, for some stupid reason, I led them along a path no one should ever take. Past the riverbanks of the Shivermere, home to the Mary Morgan. You know the Mary Morgan, yes? The wrathful spirit that's known to drown men. Not sure if she really differentiates between genders, though. For some stupid reason, let them right into her arms. I got scared, and in the end, they had to save me. They fought the creature. We finally found a way out when dawn broke. The fog ebbed away. I couldn't look at them for the rest of the journey. And I silently bid my farewells when we reached the other side of the Ashen Grove. I was too embarrassed to speak. I'm sure still the laughingstock of every one of their gatherings. How am I ever supposed to set foot in the adventuring world again? To be fair, it could have been worse. I could have led them right into the arms of the wyvern chimera that resides in the Quag Mangrove. They say it has a taste for adventurers. But you didn't. But I didn't. Why does no one want to spend time with you? Because I'm unlucky. I'm unlucky, and whenever good things are supposed to happen, I ruin them. No matter how easy things might be, nothing seems easy enough for me. Imagine there's one nail sticking out in the whole kingdom. Everyone would pass by it except for me. I'd get caught on it and rip my coat. Did that happen once? Once? I wish it had been just once. Seems my life only follows the path that's the most embarrassing. Or dangerous. Or dangerously embarrassing. The curse of ill luck follows me wherever I go, like an adventuring companion who secretly wants to kill you. No one wants to hang out with someone who naturally attracts bad things. You're too harsh on yourself, Fable. Am I? See, just last week, I wanted to gather fresh flowers. The daffodils are blooming, and they make for a nice bouquet, you know? Or hair accessories. They always calm my anxiety when I have them around. But me being me, I confused them with their evil twin, the weeping amaryllis. Now guess what I spent the whole day afterwards doing? Weeping? Like a baby, all day long. When I plucked them, they released their spores and I started crying. I suddenly felt all the sadness of the world rush over me. Never felt so heartbroken. I'm sorry. That sounds horrible, Fable. It was. Between the tears and the sobs, I managed to make a tincture out of hogweed. It eased the pain, but the tears wouldn't stop until dawn. I'm so silly sometimes. And your first encounter with the Hydra? You're going to take a sip? Well, just a day after it arrived to guard the portal to the Dream Plane Avalon, I wanted to be polite and neighborly, so I brought it some homemade biscuits. I burned them a little in the oven, but I thought, since it has fire breath, it wouldn't mind. So I approached the Amaranthian Hydra, and I have let this whole speech prepared about how I'm looking forward to having it around, and how its green scales match my hat. But it was so tall and intimidating, I forgot all about what I wanted to say. So I just set down the biscuits and smiled, awkwardly. It looked at my biscuits and then at me, and it said, "By the rivers of the stars stands a man who reads the firmament's past. Some things are as sturdy as the gilded ice. Some things are as changing as Leviathan's sea. All chimeras hate mice. All hydras love tea." I thought to myself, wow, the Amaranthian Hydra has given me a riddle. A quest. Maybe this shall be my first adventure. But I couldn't figure out the answer, so I left and tried to solve the riddle for 3 days, I was too ashamed to step foot in front of it again, lest it know I was not worthy of its wisdom. But then I couldn't take it anymore, ran back, apologized, and begged it for the answer. Turns out that's just how it speaks. It wanted some tea. Did you get it some? Yes. Then you completed its quest. 3 days late. If it had needed an antidote, it would have died. Wood halves are about as useful as an antidote when you haven't been poisoned. They change nothing. Adventures don't come tied up in neat, mistakeless bows. Your mistakes are part of your story, Fable, no matter how hard you try and shame yourself for them. Yeah, I like you the same nonetheless. You do? Yes. I don't care much for Fable, the flawless hero. I don't think their stories would be very interesting. Fable, the messy adventurer with a heart of gold and an endearing personality on the other hand. Great non-guy. Might even be my favorite regular. Don't tell anyone else I said that. I won't. Thank you, Innkeep. Because I like you so much, I'm going to keep giving you free advice. I hope so. What do you have for me? You seem to be very insecure. I think that's the biggest problem here. 1 second, I just answer this real quick. Okay, see if I think that's the biggest problem here. But how could I not be? When everything I touch falls apart. You know that isn't true. You're right. I'm a great gardener. Everything grows around me, but I seem to just get smaller. Except zucchinis. I can't figure out how to grow those. So in a way, I'm like a zucchini. I'm insecure because I don't know what I'm capable of. You'll just have to find out then. Like, on a quest. For example, don't you think I'm a little underleveled? Do you think that will change by sitting around? I guess not. Someone has to help those people, right? What if I don't, and then no one else comes around? What if I'm the only chance they got? But what if I'm not? What if there's someone better? The best thing you can do is try to help them. So what if another adventurer swings by, and they're able to make the situation better? Isn't that a good thing? 4 hands are better than 2, and who knows, you might even end up forming a party. Oh. And besides, if it's a perfect hero they want, they'll be waiting forever. I didn't think about it like that. Maybe I shouldn't decide to give up before I even try. After all, I am a very fast runner, so if I screw up I can just run away real quick. That's the spirit. Okay, I, Fable, a great gardener and a future hero, charmer of nymphs, I'm going to embark on this quest and save the villagers. And I shall return victorious. Did I do it right? Yes. Good job. I leave the quest in your capable hands, brave adventurer. Would you like a drink to aid you on your journey? Yes. Do you have something that can make me more nimble and quiet, so the werewolf won't see me coming? Something with a lot of dexterity. I want to fight it, I'm going to need that surprise round advantage. Or maybe something that can help me with diplomacy? Perhaps it's just a hungry lost lichen after all, and it only needs a pep talk and a hug. Maybe we could even be friends. But I would need something with a lot of charisma for that. I'll leave the choice up to you. Just make sure you don't pick a random recipe. Please, keep it one of the abilities I asked for. Remember, your choice can influence my fate. It could change the entire outcome of this quest. But of course, I'm sure you're already aware of that. Sorry for backseat mixing. We can do charisma. Because Lord knows she needs it. Which, we have spoken heart. Not enough nebulous, so spoken heart. Let's see, charisma. Pop. 2. Base 3 there. A little red. Oh. And last of the blue. There we go. Spoken heart. Just like the grumpy Gus from the other day. This should do it. Thank you. Feel much better. Braver. But no, wait, it sounds like I'm tending to a farm. There are a lot of farmers in Caerlin, and I'm going to protect them all. Or talk to them until they feel better. I'm sure they could use that too. I just hope I don't have to fight anyone. No, I'll be okay. Because of your help, I'll be able to talk myself out of any situation. Thank you again. I think this drink gave me the courage I needed to get started. You've got this, Fable. I'll try. Have some faith in yourself. Okay, I got this. Much better. No, I almost forgot. I was thinking about how much your words helped me yesterday, and how I'd have to thank you properly if I ever did end up taking a quest, so I brought you some phoenix chilies from my garden. They seem like something you might enjoy. They possess natural, magical properties. Plant them in the right soil, they can grow to be fire-resistant. And consumption can pass that onto mortals like us. Exactly. I thought they might go well with your drinks. They will. Thank you, Fable. That's a very thoughtful gift. Since I'm waiting for another shipment of infusions in a few days, I'll take a look at them all together later. Of course. I'm glad you like them. Maybe I'll order a drink with some next time. But first, I have to complete my quest. I'll see you post-victory. God, I can't help but smile with this of her. I hope Fable will be alright. Wonder what path their fate took. Maybe a zesty one. I hope I was able to help. Another pretzel for this guy, because he's a bit salty too. Ah, nice. Oh, hey, Bringo. Didn't see you there. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're enjoying the tales of this particular bartender. Enjoy your lurk doing your research while the other patrons drink up. Ah, you again. Me again. And, who are you? Someone who wants a drink. What kind? Drink. Yes, I get it. Could you try being more specific? That spoken heart one tasted fine. Thank you. Another spoken heart. For the one who can't really. There it is. This time we're going to do some blue on the bottom. One thing of yellow. The one thing of red. And the last two of yellow. Colorful as fuck. Spoken heart. The soft-spoken man with a grudge. A spoken heart just for you. Maybe it would help you find more words. Good attempt. Perfectly drinkable. Might maybe come back for more. Might not. Thank you. Enjoy. Charming. Viable substitute. Especially because he took the glass with him. But oh well. Magically created glass, I guess. Oh, hey, I sell drinks, not showers, but I might make an exception for you two. Careful, you'll step on my cape. Oh, shush. Greetings, travelers. How may I help you? Another one of those empty babblers. I can confidently say I'm all but empty. That's what they all say. Seems they're giving you some more dialogue options than most, but that don't convince me just yet. Sorry, I don't understand. Of course not. Probably forgot to give you enough intellect. Would surprise me if there was actually brain inside that skull. I'm sure there is. Have you checked? No, but I can assure you I'm different from your average background character. Yeah, exactly. They're both a little bit rude. But I mean, he looks like a hoity-toity type, so... well, predictable, at least. She, however... To think I would have complimented your sweet beard braids, but no. Sure. I must agree. You look much more delicious than they usually do. Thank you. Though I should let you know I'm not on the menu. Aw. Don't worry too much about him. He's a tad quirky. I mean, you know what they say. The animatronics get a little quirky here at night. I see. That thing on your shoulder, is it quirky too? What thing? Ah, my cape. Just wants to drink the parking man. My cape. Your cape? That's not his cape. That green fell on his shoulders and ooze. What's left of it. And the rest of it is on you? Aye. Pretty tough to clean off. May I ask how that happened? You just did. Maybe I can offer you two a drink in exchange for the story and your names. Oh yes, I love stories. Oh then, may I have your name? What the fuck am I stepping? No, but I shall tell it to you. Well played. I'm Sir Alphonse Louis Frederic Duquote Dusang. It's long for Kyle. Kyle? Kyle. Well, Kyle, what kind of drink can I offer you? Blood. Or if you're out, I would also settle for something that tastes like blood. Or it looks like it. Red is my favorite color. I'll look for something with red in it. Okay, so red is strength. So I know we've got Southern Brawler. Is there anything else to mix it up? Nope. Southern Brawler is the only thing. Okay, I'll put a little bit of charisma at the bottom of the glass. So the last dregs make them more charming, perhaps. And the defense, so they can endure that. Southern Brawler. Some almost blood for you, sir, as I take my little snacko pretzel again. Salt. Oh, thank you very kindly. That looks delicious. It also tastes delicious. Very alive. Maybe as a chaser you could let me have just a little bite? No. Okay. Now who may I offer the second drink? Ray of Frost Grip. Nice to meet. Yeah. Skip. Just serve me something strong. Something that feels durable. Tough like a mountain. Or the caves of Ur. One of those frosted lagoons looks close enough. Coming right up. Frosted Lagoon. Snow Nebula Lagoon. All this defense. Let's see, we're going to start on the end, right before this last bit of charming. Yeah, we'll do the, like, biting tongue just now. So it's hidden behind these other two layers of defense, in the hopes it'll protect the rest of us. Actually, I never tested. Can this overflow? Shame. I do like the look of that effect. Alright, Frosted Lagoon coming up for Rhea here. A taste of Ur just for you. Valued customer number 2. Oh, are you hitting the placeholder text? Let me try. I see you are many things, but not a liar. Tastes like a pile of rocks. Just how I like it. So, Rhea, Kyle, what about that ooze-filled story? Fine. Guess you've earned it. Alright. Picture me, deep in the mountains of Dulfimir, with my trusty axe and a good drink by my side. There I was, minding my own business, digging for the good stuff, as you do. Hit a gold vein earlier, deemed myself the luckiest dwarf of all time. Had a real big old pile of gold. Then suddenly this big ooze comes along and gone it was. Shifty eyes and nowhere, sir. This is a very boring story. Perhaps we can go looking for my cape now? It's nearly sunrise. And the sun kills you? Oh, right. Did the ooze also eat the cape? Yes. No. Oh. Anyways, I wouldn't call myself the best warrior. When that ooze slurped my gold, I had to do something. So I took my shovel and dug and hit and dug and hit until there's nothing left of the ooze no more. Well, almost nothing. So, did you dig out your gold? Silly food, she dug out me. Guess what he was clinging onto? The gold? Oh, yes, a big gold nugget. Should be enough to get me to Baruvia. And perhaps I can get me a dandy new cape. I don't think so, sunshine. We had a deal. We did? Please allow me to ask a question. What was that deal again? I get you to Baruvia so you can participate in your fancy vampire banquet, and in return I get the gold. But what about my cape? Where did you last see your cape? Don't even bother, it's a lost cause. We looked everywhere on our way here. Fought cursed chests, many-eyed monstrosities, undead goons. And And I started to wonder, where in his life did this man put his cape? Where everyone puts their cape. Do you know where I put my capes? Where? In a wardrobe. Oh. So you could wear it inside the wardrobe then? What? No. Kyle, maybe we could find someone to retrieve your cape for you? We could? Phenomenal. Could put out a quest for you. But for that we'd need a little more information. Good luck with that. First, I'd need to know where you last saw your cape. I was getting ready to go to the annual vampire banquet, hosted by Lord Strut in Baruvia. While getting dressed, I realized I couldn't find my cape. My thirst fought. Of course I cannot find it. The cape of invisibility is playing tricks on me. It's quite moody sometimes, which is truly unfortunate when you want to wear it for an important event. We all know how important a fancy cape is for flaunting your vampire status. Of course. And what was the last vampire event you wore the cape to? My wedding. Your wedding? When I was married, my sweet Evelyn, I simply had to wear my most treasured cape to show how important she was to me. Evelyn. The vampire Countess Evelyn? Residing in Marrow Castle? That would be her. Congratulations. Are you still married? Oh, of course not. I hate her every inch of her body. Turns out she just wanted it. Spit it out, leech. Oh. What? My cape. Ah, rats, here we go again. My sweet Evelyn stole my cape. What now? That little, mean, vicious, beautiful beast. Her, that thief of thieves, robbed me of my most precious possession. Wouldn't that be your heart? No. I had that taken out centuries ago. But my cape. I can never live without that. Oh, sweet, sweet Evelyn. How could you do this to me? I trusted her with all I had. That's rough, buddy. Perhaps Innkeeper? That's your name, right? Sure. Do you think there's a courageous adventurer out there, brave enough to retrieve my precious cape for me? I'm afraid my sweetest Evelyn would kill me on sight if I ever set foot in her villa again. Yes. I think we can find such an adventurer. We're setting up that search right now. So, where could a brave adventurer find a Barrow Castle? Deep past the abyss of dread, at the foot of a mountain range that looks like a witch's bosom, towers the mansion of my dear... Wait a second. Looks like a bosom. But something is towering. I think we can all kind of imagine that might be a maybe less than fitting shape for a countess. Queen of Darkness, Temptress of Men, Flamenco champion of 1467. The right hero should be able to outsmart her and escape with their life. But be wary, she bites. And she may be invisible now. Alright. I think I've got everything I need. I'll write up a quest for you. I'm sure you'll have your cape back in no time. Well, I figured that issue is it'd be more metaphorical because the transformation into vampire. Some people, they don't understand subtlety. Transformation. And also, like, personally, just my perspective as a trans person, I'm not sure how comfortable I'd be with the representation being literal villain and bloodsucker. A little too close to blood libel to me. So, yeah, considering they're, let's see. Yeah, some of the guests they have appearing in the game, I'm fairly confident the game designers are not going that route, at least. Heck, they got a famous TikTok Tavernier, kind of a... what's the term? Not entertainer. Personality, that's it. I'm forgetting the full channel name, but it's like Quincy's Tavern, I think. Very fun content, but he's... I blanked on how I was going to describe it. He doesn't have 5 fingers on both hands. I can't recall if the story is that there was an accident or it's a genetic thing, but perfectly entertaining content, very... He seems able to do most things a person should be able to with their hands, so living his best life. And he actually makes an appearance later on, though I don't think we're going to get there today. It takes a while. I think it starts at the end of the second act, beginning of the third. But, alright. I think I got everything I need. I'll write up a quest for you. I'm sure you'll have your cape back in no time. I hope so. That reminds me. Not another cursed monologue. Innkeep, quickly, get another drink. I don't think I can make it through another tale of woe without some artificial stamina. I need another lagoon. I'll see what I can do. Perfect time for another pretzel or two. Actually, no, she needs it for defense, so we'll go ahead and get the biting remarks and the charisma. Oh, got a little too much in there. There we go. And we'll top it off with all the defense she needs to survive this particular monologue, with fun of the tricky bounce. Some liquid stamina for my valued guest. Let me try. Got it right again. Might even last till dayfall with this. Kyle, would you like another drink as well? No. I cannot drink now that I'm consumed with thoughts of my love's betrayal. Oh, it ails me so. Everything ails you. The whole way here, you were complaining about having to walk. My bad form doesn't work like it used to. I'm out of practice, and the slime weighs heavily on my shoulders. My back is all itchy. By the dragons, could it be because you insisted on sunbathing? Oh, right, Innkeeper. Do you have a drink to protect me from the sun? Perchance something that also moisturize my delicate skin? I'm afraid not. Oh. That reminds me, my Aunt Matilda used to harness the power of a chimera saliva for sun protection. A chimera. A thing, beast, made out of several animals. Got 3 heads and all, made by the dragons to guard Gaia. Likes to eat people for breakfast. I'm well aware, I just didn't know its life could be so useful. If only I'd eaten that delectable pear chimera in the Scarlet Caves. Could have asked it for a sample of its saliva. I'm sure that would have gone over well. Actually, I might know where to find one. Really? Will you get it for me, then? No. Oh? What? Why are you looking at me like that? Miss Frostcreep, dearest Rhea, perhaps we can alter our deal? Oh, nay. Forget it, I ain't going. With nothing on me but a shovel and ooze goop, I'd be no match for such a beast. No problem, then. I can make it another quest for my trusted board. And when will it be done? Tell me, when can I walk among mortals in the glistening sunlight once more? as soon as a fearless adventurer picks it up. And succeeds, especially that last part. Splendid, did you hear that? A quest just for me. Let's leave it at 2. Say, Innkeep, while we wait for someone to do his work for him, do you perhaps have a room or 2? Possibly a room without sunlight. Wouldn't want Snow White to go up in flames over here. Sure thing. I've got a couple of barred up rooms. You can stay there. How much? You can pay when you leave. Grand. Seems like they gave you more personality than usual. Keep it up. Maybe you'll become a real person one day. I seem to have settled into a kind of piratey accent for Rhea, but I guess it's better than the cliché Scottish. Thank you. Enjoy your stay. You too, tasty creature. Not my favorite pet name. Okay. Not the worst one, but definitely not preferred. So it's not the undead. Oh, no. Here we go. Start with the cloak. No. No. Vampire? There it is. Countess Evelyn. That's one written up. On a mild summer morning, a senile vampire came to look for his cape of invisibility at the Wayfarer's Inn. After steady questioning, the innkeeper uncovered that he lost his cape at his wedding, where his ex-wife, Countess Evelyn, stole it from him. She resides at the foot of the Witch's Wrath Peak. Venture to the peak and dare to retrieve the long-lost cape. Be aware, she might be invisible. Okay. The one thing that stands a chance against the grueling curse of the sun is chimera saliva, apparently. I know there's a wyvern chimera. It's banshee. Going to the Amaranthine Hydra, chimera's hatred for mice is a universal truth. Or maybe he just rhymed with ice, who could say? Deep in the Quagmon Grove resides a wyvern chimera. Its scales and claws are a valuable treasure to any alchemist. Its saliva even more so. As it happens, a certain vampire may be able to use the rare saliva to produce a sunscreen so effective that even he could walk in broad daylight. Is there any adventurer or mouse brave enough to confront the beast, the chimera, not the vampire, and bring back a bucket of saliva? We shall see. With the passing of night, more pretzel time. Delish. Ah, the wind chimes of night. Such a magical thing. My shipment of infusions finally arrived this morning. Now I have access to fey crystals and frozen pine cones. Together with Fable's phoenix chilies, I have 3 infusions. I'll unpack them later when I have some time. I have a feeling they'll be of use soon. So, Innkeep, a drink for me and this lanky pal. It's good to see you too, Caerlin. She meant to say please. Welcome back, Fable. You look alive. Thank you, I am. That seems like a given. I'm just happy to see them doing well, and with a friend. We ain't friends. We're not? So you two didn't form a party? Oh yeah, Caerlin's hot. Just universal truth. If you don't see it, it's like, I'm sorry. But you obviously don't like some women. So you two didn't form a party? No. Oh. Then what's the drink about? They may be very annoying, but they did just help me solve a family feud of 10 years. So I do owe them some of your dishwater at the very least. Family feud? I wouldn't call it a feud. More of a miscommunication. No, it was a feud. I feel like feud implies a certain level of hostility. Yeah, I was gonna kill him. I thought that was a joke. It wasn't. Oh. But no one died? No. Elfie here was able to prevent that. It's Fable. Whatever. Does this perchance have something to do with your quest, Fable? It does. I stopped her from killing the werewolf. You stopped her from completing your quest. Elaborate, please. I was going to kill the werewolf. They stopped me from killing the werewolf. What's not to get? A lot. I think they're confused because the quest was to save the villagers from the werewolf. And now it sounds like I saved the werewolf from you. Which I did. Kind of. I also remembered you saying you didn't want the quest, Caerlin. I didn't. It was there by chance. They were both stealing sheep. Was not. Sure was. Adventuring don't pay what it used to. So you steal other people's sheep? Mind your own business. How did any of this lead to a successful quest? Well, where do I start? How about at the beginning? Right. I was born on a half-crescent dreaming moon of the quest fable. Right. The quest. Traveling there was no trouble. I knew enough shortcuts to travel through the Ashen Grove swiftly. I reached the borders of Caerlin right around dusk. The Ashen Grove thins out around there, and you can catch a glimpse of the wide fields and vineyards, as well as one farm after the other. An idyllic sight. Well, at least before sunset. Do you have trouble in the dark? Emotionally? Visually? A little. I mean, I reckon I can still see more than a human could, but darkness is darkness, and I am no owl. Thank the gods, you're already weird enough. Imagine the damage you'd do if you could turn your head all the way around. Who says I can't? That's a disconcerting thought there. Just kidding. Anyway, luckily darkness doesn't affect my hearing. Not the normal kind. What? Nothing. Okay, I heard a creaking fence and footsteps that were failing at keeping quiet. Your ears are failing at being small. So I snuck closer and I saw a werewolf-esque shape picking up a tiny sheep. I was petting it. Well, I thought she was going to eat it. So I summoned up all my courage and stepped out of the shadows and I said, "Good evening, werewolf. Please put down the sheep." I didn't expect them to be entirely in their right mind, of course, but I wanted to be polite. And I thought it might confuse her, and maybe that would help her calm down. It confused me, all right. Who the heck sees a werewolf and the first thing they do is greet them? A polite person. Pat pat. Or an insane one. It worked, didn't it? Because I ain't no werewolf. He wasn't that different. But I'm skipping ahead. To my surprise, instead of a growl, the werewolf, or not werewolf, responded with a "what?" So the confusion plan had worked, but hadn't really expected that response. So I said again, please, put down the sheep. And she asked, why? I said, well, because stealing sheep isn't very nice. And she asked who I was. No, I asked, who are you, a guard? I was about to introduce myself when we heard this blood-curdling howl. It sounded like someone had ripped a hole into the fabric of reality and then pierced it with a horrid yell. Please, it was barely a bark, and it made the blood freeze in my veins. I had panting and heavy footsteps, and I barely dared to turn around. You turned around immediately. When I did, I stared into the twisted face of a werewolf, yellow gleaming eyes, gleaming with jaundice, sharp teeth, giant claws. He looked like he wanted to eat me right up. He did. But before I could beg for mercy, suddenly something rushed past me and lunged at the werewolf. When I regained my composure, Caerlin and the werewolf were on the ground, fighting tooth and nail. And the sheep you were holding? Obviously, I set it down at that point. Good. So you went to Fable's aid? No, that ain't it. I noticed the wolf's flannel rags. They were blue, checkered, had an uneven print. Just that kind of stuff Uncle Dragon likes to wear. That old fuck. Hey, why can't I say that? Don't worry, I can. Fuck! What the shit? Youth protection. The age rating system is quite harsh. Not for me. God damn it. Anyway, it was dressed like Uncle Dragon. Smelled like Uncle Dragon. Fought like him too. Wait a second. This is a bar. Why would he have an age rating protection in there? Interesting choice of spell. I was joking when I brought it up before. You know, I haven't seen that old man in years. But it's coping about it by joking. It's the only way I can talk to him these days. Because of the feud? Yes. He used to be my favorite uncle. But then he changed. Became irritable and angry. Distance. Fought a lot with Uncle Fader. Cared more about the moon than he did his own family. Eventually he just left. Ran away. Without a word. Left us and Uncle Fedor behind, worried senseless. Till we found a letter saying not to look for him and all their savings missing. Swore I was going to kill him if I ever saw him again. Always thought he just couldn't face up to his problems. Turns out his solution was just to get those problems as far away from everyone as possible. Idiot. Did you talk it out with your fists then? I tried, but Elfie stopped me. I'm glad they did. How did you figure it out? Well, she was yelling at him. Didn't understand half of it, but I could tell she was angry and hurt. I tried to get their attention by telling them to stop, but they wouldn't listen, so I shot an arrow right next to both their heads. The aim was a little shaky, so I did end up grazing Mr. Dragon's ear. But it got them to stop for long enough to start listening to me. I threatened them that if they didn't stop to talk, I would shoot them both. I would have never done that, of course. But they must have believed me, because they actually stopped to listen. Looked mighty scary there, little pal. Thank you. Sat them down and did my best to be an insurmountable obstacle between them. If they wanted to fight, they have to go through me. That sounds rather dangerous. It was. Wouldn't have stopped for them. But what? You're the size of a stick. You think you could stop two angry wolves? Oh, well. Anyway, I used the opportunity to figure out what was going on. And that's how I found out that Mr. Dragon and Caerlin and the miscommunication feud. The feud, sure. Turns out that after Mr. Dragon was turned, he was too ashamed to admit it. But he couldn't stop the changes and ended up hurting all the people he cared about. That's no excuse, of course. No, it ain't. If we had known, we'd have helped him best we could. At the very least, we would have built a sturdy shed with scratch-proof walls for full moons. He didn't think that would have happened, though. So he decided to fix the problem by leaving, deal with it alone, and so on. But that only made it worse. Of course, he was too embarrassed to come back, so he just focused on the whole werewolf thing and not any human things, or vukakin things, so to speak. Trying to find a cure, trying to avoid the moon, trying to find a place to sleep, stealing sheep. That's something they have in common. The sheep? No, the stubbornness. And the unwillingness to ask for help. But the sheep too. Not being the allegations, ma'am. But they had to talk about it. That silent resentment wasn't good for either of them. And you got them to do that. The little stick is oddly persuasive. Had us talking about it before I even realized I didn't want to. Maybe because you did want to. Maybe. So how'd it go? Fine. We'll take some time to accept his apology. We'll have to see him change first. Apologize to Uncle Fedor and the rest. But it was good to see him again. Guess a hug did feel better than a great sword in his gut. I like how cute her face is. Just look at that. Adorable. Wonderful. Of course, there's still the problem with the whole werewolf thing. He got so obsessed with a cure, he can... with a cure, he still could barely control himself. We helped him realize that even a cure couldn't change what he'd done. That he has to accept he's different now, and learn how to live again. Of course, it won't be easy. No change ever is. I learned that from you. But we have a group of werewolves living near our settlement. A small community that enjoys the company of our warm trees. We play charades with them a lot, and they taught me about the phases of the 7 moons, and the secrets of the moon signs. That sounds like a bunch of bullshit. It's real. You're a crescent moose. We introduced Mr. Dragon to them, and they promised they would take him in, help him deal with his lycanthropy. That sounds great. It is. It's a happy ending. I wouldn't call it an ending. Rather, the beginning of something new. So the end of one adventure is just the beginning of another one? Exactly. I like that. So, after your heroic therapy session, you two decide to grab a drink together. Got offered to spend the day at the settlement, but they don't serve anything strong enough for my tastes. Plus, Elfie was dying to get back here. Was talking about how they need to update you on everything non-stop. Would think they live here or something. I had to report back about the quest. I'm glad you did. They also started crashing something with the werewolves. Said something about it being for you, Innkeep. Oh, really? Yeah. It's not finished yet, but I'll let you know. I promise. That wasn't that hard, was it? Well... So, a drink. What can I offer you, Caerlin? Surprise me with something that fits my brawn. By which I mean make me the usual. Strength never gets old. Go. Southern Brawler. Don't need that shield, so we'll do it at the end to protect the sobriety. Put all the strength right here in the middle. Leave the charm as the first to go down to preserve a good conversation. There you go. Hondo gets in because he's my special little boy. Surprise. Not bad. You should do this professionally, she says to the bartender. I'll think about it. Fable, what about you? Yeah, something that'll calm me down. Maybe even give some of my agility back. Like a swift strike back to my senses. I've had a stressful day. Night. Morning. Sequence of events. Go, switch, strike. You're home safe, so we'll leave this to end on defense against sobriety again. Intelligence. Hey, you won't need this till the end of the drink either. We'll leave the rest to pure dexterity, which looks a lot like the defense at the bottom there, and a little more for Ondu, because my special boy who wags his tail. Icy water. Thank you. Wow, this is perfect. You look tired. Have you considered sleep? They do look like they're gonna pass out any second. So do you. Maybe sleep is a good idea. Caerlin, do you have a place to stay? I can sleep anywhere. It's a talent. It's depressing. I have a room available. You can stay there. Sounds good. How much? I'll count it as payment for your help with the quest. Oh, that smile. That damn smile. Fine. Later, Elfie. See you later. Are you heading home, Fable? Yes. I'm gone for a whole day. I need to get back and make sure everything is still growing correctly. Maybe take a nap first. Yes, that too. Did you enjoy your first quest? I did. It was scary and different from what I expected. And I didn't know I was so good at pretending to be charming. Have you considered that you weren't pretending? You did well, Fable. Thank you. I hope that wasn't my only adventure. I think this is just the beginning of your tavern tale. Roll credits. No, that would be nice. Do you think I'm going to save the world one day? That's a very tall order. You're right. I'm not cut out for that. I didn't say that. I would just prefer it if the world didn't end. Right. But if it does, you're the first person I'm going to ask for help. Maybe you should ask Caerlin first, but I'd be happy to be second. We'll see. Let's hope we won't. I like this world, and you have a point. We shouldn't hope for such a calamity. Even if it would make for a good song. Or a sad one. Or both. I'm going to head home now. Do that. I'll stock up on quests for you. I can't wait. See you soon. See you soon. Okay, that seems like a good point. Go ahead and get a save, because I realized I have not done that yet. Let's make sure. Yep, the save is still there. Another pretzel before this salty guy. And some stretch. Oh boy. There we go. Good evening to you too. This quest wasn't here yesterday. That is correct. It seems dangerous. It is. And mysterious. Sure. Like me. You could be a little less mysterious by telling me your name. Zephyr. Did the wind carry you in? No. I want that quest. Well, you can have it. Not just literally. Physically. Emotionally. Emotionally? I want to take on that quest. Go to the castle to get the cape. I mean... Yes. Well, no one has gone to the castle yet. So if someone would like to go, they would be welcome to. So you know of the castle? Yes? It seems strange. It is. The vampire lives there. I heard rumors, whisperings, of a strange fiendish woman residing there. What a coincidence. Me too. Has she ever frequented your tavern? No, not recently. But she has. Once. Held a vampire mixer. Interesting. So she was only here at night? Yes. Would you say she was unnaturally pale? The quest itself says she's a vampire, dude. No, she had a lot of makeup on. But below that mask... Sure, yes. Would guess she looks pretty dead below that. What kind of drink did she order? Blood. Interesting. You sell blood? Of course. Whose blood? Anyway, did you hear about wolves avoiding the castle? Really? All of them? Yes. She has a lot of werewolf traps set up, but all animals seem to steer clear of Marrow Castle. They say its doors are always locked, so nothing can go inside. Or leave. Anything that tries to merges into her land in one way or another. As a grave, pile of decorative bones, perhaps dirt feeding rotting flowers. They say death clings to her doorstep like an everlasting melody. Sounds like a nice place. Like a tomb for something still alive. Or for a goth, perhaps? Goth or vampire, she seems to be a thief. It appears so. Do you not sympathize with that? Thievery is an honorable skill, but it must be performed in secret, or you're not worth the coins you pocket. Also, stealing a man's cape is just plain rude. Yep, I can see you're part of a team cape here. I suppose. Only thing worse than that is stealing a man's hat. Not if it's cursed. especially then. Point is, you can't defend yourself from having your trophies reclaimed. You must live with the consequences. The consequences being you? Exactly. Definitely sounds like you know what you're doing. Of course I do. I'm one with the shadows and the wind, gone before they even notice I'm there. So you could easily swipe something else along with the cape, right? Certainly. Gold, gemstones, other treasures, whatever pays the bills. What about some interior decorations? Like what, for example? Just something to pretty up my tavern a little bit. Maybe something useful that also doubles as a decoration. Like a chair? Stealing a whole chair seems a little too ambitious for your first quest with me. I'd prefer something smaller, like a little trinket. My walls are still a bit empty. Wait, you're being serious? Absolutely. A memento that once belonged to an eccentric vampire sounds like a wonderful addition to the tavern. I'll see what I can do. You won't be disappointed. Well then, trust you deliver yourself to her back doorstep and the cape back to me, along with a neat little addition to my interior design. Sounds like I'll need a few stamps. Would you like some? No, too traceable. How about a drink then? I could do with one of those. I heard your drinks inspire transformations of great magnitude. Allow you to dip into parts of yourself that you weren't previously aware of. Raise yourself up from your shadow. Say, what do you trade them for? Secrets. Secrets. I have many. Grant me one. I shall. I know this may come as a shock to you, but I was here before, just yesterday. You may not remember because you barely noticed me in the shadows. I was so stealthy, I spent hours just watching you from afar. That is definitely a secret. You cleaned a lot of glasses, served everyone with a smile. You looked so worried after the adorable green one left, like you thought they might trip straight into a monster's maw. And you're swift with your hands and fast with the knife. All right, enough secrets. You may have one of my renowned drinks, and some of my renowned infusions. In fact, I just got a fresh shipment today. Was finally able to unpack them. Infusions? Intriguing. What vile magic do you have to offer? For your purposes, I think you could benefit from either some fey crystals or a frozen pine cone. Frozen pine cones have absorbed some of nature's icy properties. They can help you form a magical frost barrier that will hurt those trying to harm you. The fey crystals hail straight from Avalon, allegedly. If consumed, they'll turn you invisible. Eventually. And for a bit. The duration is a bit unpredictable. I've also got some phoenix chilies, but I don't think those would be very useful for your situation. Interesting. So, what dark depths of yourself are you looking to explore? I fear that Lady Evelyn may be of the undead nature, so I must be strong and vigorous if I want my stake in her heart before her fangs are near my neck. Though that does sound appealing. Strength, I can do. Some frost armor should help with the fangs, or perhaps the smarter route would be to evade her wrath entirely. To outstealth her and steal the cape from right under her pale nose. so that she may lie in the shame of having lost against me. I think such an approach would require a certain amount of dexterity. Some invisibility could help with staying unseen, should my speed and agility not be enough. Help me with the decision, Innkeep. Your wisdom is no secret, is it? We're not going to do invisibility, because I've done that before in the other one, so I will be giving her the frost. But now that I have access to infusions, I have to be careful of how they interact with other ingredients. They might alter the drink in a way where I have to use different ingredients than usual. I should make sure to keep an eye on the coaster shape, so that I mix the correct recipe, which would be this, the coaster. Maybe I should even try adding an infusion first, and adjusting the drink from there. Let's give it a try. So ice. So this needs to be the strength one, so we need... Yep, we need to get 3 strength, which is just the Southern Brawler for now. We'll start with the 2 of strength to round off the full 3. So he gets to start with a little bit of charisma. I'm curious, can I add extra, or does it say no? It still is. You know what? We're just going to give him so much more than he needs. Just because it's funny. Caps out at 3, but that's our little secret. Here you go. A drink that all vampires fear. Liquid Sunrise? Not quite. That's a good name. May I steal it? You don't ask for permission before you steal something, Innkeep. Then it's no longer a clever ruse, but a mere trade. I see. Did you hear about my new drink, the Liquid Sunrise? Ah, good one. Tastes like the sun. A cold sun. I shall strike her down as such. The sun? Evelyn. Ah, that makes more sense. Goodbye, Innkeep. I would say pray that the sun will carry me back to you. My hopes do not lie with the realm keepers, and I shall be damned if they control my fate. Expect to see me again after the next sunfall. If you do not, speak of vengeance. Vengeance makes for an early grave, or for a good story. Farewell. Or vengeance makes for a bitter end. Oh, hey, Caerlin. Hello, my favorite, just beefy beauty. The fucking smile again. Oh, hey. Other quest taken. I'm taking this quest. And a drink. Great. Did you sleep well? What? Sleep. How was it? Ah, fine. Too long. Didn't sleep that much in ages. Sounds like you needed it. No, your beds are just too comfortable. It was hard to get up. Of course, my apologies. I will make sure to take your feedback into consideration. Would you like a drink as compensation? I think I already said that. Maybe something strong that'll wake me up. Keep me up, too. Let's see. That wouldn't be wrong. That'd make things harder, actually, so we also give her... Actually, wait, what was that at the quest? I'm blanking. I think that's a quest, yes. Okay. It's going there to the Chimera for saliva. Actually, let's see. Fake Crystal gives invisibility. But we can't give her something strong enough, I don't think. Let's see. Drinks. Yeah, because it needs neither of those, and I don't have a way to get rid of them. Yeah, Yeah, so the only thing we can do is either give her fire resistance or an ice shield. We'll give the Peppers. She made friends with young Fable. Something brawler for the lady with big strong arms. Hold me. Something strong coming right up. That is strong. Just the right amount of too much. Maybe I should call this drink the Caerlin. No. No, you shouldn't. Anyway, the quest. Yes, the quest. I'm taking it. So you said. Staring contest, I get it. I see it is my turn to make conversation. I miss Fable. Isn't it a bit too soon for another quest? You just returned. It has been hours since I've done anything but sleep, chat, and drink. I'm getting antsy. If I sit still for too long, it feels like my bones are disintegrating and I forget who I am. I think that's called boredom. It's torture. That too. Well, boring is not what I would call this quest in the slightest. Stealing from a chimera for a vampire's sunscreen. Couldn't get more reckless than that. Could by taking Elfie along. Fair point. Please don't. I won't. So this live is for a vampire? Vampire sunscreen. Can't a vampire get their chimera goo themselves? It's a wyvern chimera. Vampires and fire don't mix too well. Also, if everyone just did their own quests, the quest economy would be in shambles. Suppose that'd be terrible for your business. Indeed. Have you ever encountered a chimera before? No, not a real one. Got me thinking, any kind of blasphemous to steal from a draconic guardian? Depends. Are you religious? Guess not. Then no. Would it be if I was? Don't think so. Chimeras steal riches all the time. They were created by the guardians. To be guardians by the protectors of the realms. So, stealing something to protect someone else seems in line with the doctrine. Good thing you ain't a priest. You do a piss poor job. Thank you. Is blasphemy what you're most worried about? I ain't worried. Okay. Nervous? Ain't that either. Then what is it? Excitement, I suppose. Excitement? Don't laugh. I'm not laughing. I'm asking. Yes, excitement. I've never encountered a guardian before. I've always sort of wanted to... Why haven't you? Ain't exactly easy to find one. Or to survive one. This seems like a great opportunity for you then. It is. What's it about guardians? It's less about the guardian and more about what created it. Maybe a little bit about the chimera. It's got a dragon head, right? Yes, modeled after its creator, I would guess. So, let me rephrase that. What is it about dragons and chimeras with dragon heads? They're cool. Also, when I was little, my Baba used to tell me bedtime stories about the dragons every night. She was a great adventurer and encountered many of their creations on her journeys. Not sure if it's true, but she always claimed she met each of the realm keepers themselves, Had little keepsakes from them and all. My sword's one of those. Passed it on to me before she passed? Left one day she was just gone. I think she wanted to spend her last moments somewhere else. Like to think she visited one of her dragons one last time. Your family has a leaving problem. At least she left our savings alone. That sword and her stories are all I have left of her. Going on this quest almost feels like I'm stepping into a memory of hers. Did she ever tell you about a wyvern chimera? No. It was the only kind she never encountered. Had quarrels with those feline ones, different varieties of scales, even a cow one, I think. Never found a wyvern one in all her years. Would have been nice to be able to tell her the story when I return. If I return, I'm sure you will. You can tell the story to me. I don't know if I make for a good baba. But I do enjoy a good tale. I'll think about it. You already got me talking too much. This is you talking too much? So, you like dragons? I have some suspicions about the Innkeeper's backstory for my main thing. So I'm going to say I don't. What's wrong with you? Lots. I used to like them. And then what? They burned down your last inn? Wouldn't that be a story? No, I suppose I've just outgrown them. Weirdo. Do you pray to them, Caerlin? No. I don't need their help. I don't need to rely on anyone. Not even dragons. A little help never hurt anybody. A little self-reliance don't either. If you say so. Does that mean you don't want to drink to pep you up, Caerlin? Didn't say that. I see. That doesn't count as help. It's prepayment for me taking on your quest. Sure. You'll be happy to hear that I have some incredible infusions to offer that could greatly help with your quest. Nah, sounds unnecessarily complicated. Let's keep it simple. Alrighty, what can I get you then? I reckon a little bit of a boost for this body couldn't hurt. Heard that you're quick and toothy, so I'll need to be too hardy for his bite. Some defense might come in handy. Or something for the brain. But Bob had talked quite a lot about how much they enjoyed a good ruse. Maybe I can outsmart it with the right play. But I'd need some intelligence for that. Won't be risking it all on a bad idea. Are you sure you don't want any infusions? Just a little bit of a phoenix chili would make you fire resistant. That could be very useful in a fight. Dragons, you're stubborn. Sure, I'll try one. Now on the topic of trickery. No, one is enough. Either you mix defense with your weird chilies, or you'll go heavy on the intelligence. Don't need any more of your fancy tricks. I don't care which one you pick. That's your job. Figure it out. Something bad might happen if I give the invisibility and give her an intelligence drink. Alright, I'm going to just do a strong intelligence because I'm pretty sure I did not do that last time. There it is, a sparkling nebula. So charming at the beginning and charming at the end. We're going to go ahead and give Andu his matching color here, just a little bit. Sparkling Nebula. And a pretzel. God, it looks so tiny next to her hands. Figured it out. Thanks. Hope you seasoned it with some trickery. It does feel weird. Like my brain is sparkling. No refunds. How urgent is the sunscreen? Pretty urgent. Zen tends to not take a break. Even for vampires. Oh, what's Andu do? If I mess up a drink, I can pour it out and start over. Though if I'm careful about it, I can also just pour out the last thing I poured. Like just the last segment. But he's just an adorable little scamp and I like him. Maybe he should sunbathe less then. That might solve his problems. Might. But when has an easy solution ever been fun? Good point. I'll see what I can do. Maybe they got some mice in that mangrove. Good luck. Won't be needing it. I'll be waiting to hear of your exploits upon your return, Caerlin. That should be the end of the day. Feeding Andu some proper food. Sweep the place. Shut out the candle. And we'll go ahead and get the next day to start and save, because we're a couple minutes over, which is fine. Not like we're doing anything big and fancy. We just mix drinks. Okay, save. There. Back to the main menu. Just because I don't think you're here at the beginning, Barango, and here's just the adorable menu. Andu kind of carved into this cover of the book. Opens to the actual, like a D&D screen type setup. I just like it. But yeah, I think with this cute screen, we'll go ahead and just leave it on this while I find someone to raid into. Which I'll need this window for. Twitch. Preemptively mute. Is there anyone fitting to go into? Some kind of like D&D, or oh, someone is playing Dragon Age, Winkers. That's a good one if I can't find any actual D&D play tonight. Ooh. I haven't gone to Trix in a while, and she seems to be making a amulet. Oh, it's only like 7 minutes in. Yeah, I think she is who we go to. Doing a little collab with Arcanon while crafting this amulet. So yeah, as usual, slash, yeah, there we go. Alright, raid is starting. As usual, my wonderful tome readers, I hope you guys are eating enough, drinking enough, getting enough sleep. Take care of your bodies so they can take care of you. This next weekend, I think I'm going to do my kind of like Spooktober homebrew review session. I'm not sure if I want to do it Saturday, so I got a full 3 hours to do more, or just a little 2 hour on Sunday to keep it short, but I'll figure something out by tomorrow when I get the schedule up. But until then, I'll see you guys later. Take care, and be nice to Trix.